But is what you're saying kind of that free speech has always been suppressed back in the 60s through today, and it's always been a problem, and maybe it's grown as a problem recently, and that's why you're devoting more exclusive time to it? Have the roles of who's doing the suppressing changed, or is it just the parties that are doing it changed, or what? I do feel like there's some sort of a flipping. I read a book about this, and the guy talked over a 20 or 30 year period how you can see the political positions of the parties actually flipping totally. If you look at the underlying principle that they're using at the time. So do you get my question there?
I do get your question, and I have to be a bit of a contrarian because I think this is a generally accepted view, but at the more granular level, when I have been involved in the trenches in all of the detailed, specific fights about free speech over the decades, in every single period, there have been the difference between the left and the right, between Republicans and Democrats, has not been should speech be protected or should it be censored. It's which speech should be censored. Which do we consider to be the most dangerous? And I can go through every single decade of my adult life, Doug, going back to when I was a student.
I trust you.
And tell you that the left was crusading to suppress hate speech on college campus. The so-called radical feminists were crusading to suppress what they called pornography, which is sexual expression that is demeaning or degrading to women. That the left crusaded against misogynistic and violent rap lyrics. Remember Tipper Gore, then married to then Senator Al Gore, and the Parents Music Resource Center. Moving into the 90s, when we saw the first school shootings, it was the left who wanted to censor violence on TV and came up with the V-chip. And to this day, we have so to me, the left wanting to censor speech that's inconsistent with their values, their DEI values, I think would be the major concern today. That's part of a pattern, whereas from the right, it's speech that's inconsistent with our values, whether it be burning the flag, whether it be pro-communist speech, whether it be anti-war speech, whether it be speech that undermines traditional family values, the American nuclear family. These were all phrases that were used.
I get it, and I know I find myself looking back at some of the positions I took on the issue to the extent I did, being in college or whatever, and I said, well, why was I okay with that? I'm not so sure I would be today, and I think people today will look back on what's going on and have the same reaction, but it has to play out.